He came to Kansas City in 1942, and he was to visit his uncle, but then his uncle said, do you want a job? And he said, yeah. And he got a job at the Cutting Head Packing House. He was not pleased with how things were going in Kansas City. He saw a lot of the disparity and the prejudice that was going on, and he wanted to help. So they formed an organization called CUA, which was Community United for Action. And he was elected the president. At that time, the Black Panthers were very prominent, and they came to the election and they were going to take over the meeting. And my dad was presiding. He says, you will not take over this meeting. We're going to have our election like we normally do, and we're going to vote. And they voted, and they voted him in as president. He didn't back down from anyone. If he felt he was right, he stood his ground. He fought against injustice with the police department, with the private sector, to make sure that jobs would be available and plentiful. And he was strong on education. Ironically, he only finished actually the 6th grade. But when he moved to Kansas City and he accepted his call to the ministry, he went back to school for 12 years at night. He probably had one of the fastest growing congregations in the city in his time. I remember when he became pastor of Zion Grove Baptist Church, he started out with possibly, I think, maybe 120 members. And that was in 1964. And by 1977, the membership had grown to about 2,700 people. And so they moved from there to Swirl Parkway. So at one time in Kansas City, nothing moved in the Black community if he didn't say so. And I'm not just saying it because he was my dad. Between him and Reverend Wallace Horsfeld, Reverend Earl Abel, those three were very strong in the Kansas City community. He was involved in politics, but he never wanted to run for office because he felt his calling was a pastor. Because he wanted to be accessible to his people. He wanted to make sure that if they needed anything, he was there to get it for them.